I'm live. Got all my setup good to go here. All right. So, got a little Fire Pro Wrestling done up here. I've got a lot more stuff since I last played. I went ahead and got my birthday's coming up. I was gonna go see They Might Be Giants. Snoozed on getting tickets, and as a result, a little bit of birthday money freed up. And now instead I bought a bunch of downloadable content for Fire Pro. Alan in the Northeast, what's up, bud? Good to see you. All right. So, yeah, I got a whole bunch of new stuff here. So I'm just going to start off kind of scrolling through some of what I have and then set up some dream matches. So I have a whole bunch of new modes. I'm not going to really dive into those too much. You know, that's going to have to be something I do on my own time. But because I went ahead and started downloading characters from the creation area, you know, seeing what everyone was doing, I went ahead and I got a whole bunch of characters. eBay and snag up a load of Monster Jam 164. Yeah, believe me, I've thought about it. There's a couple I'm keeping my eye on. A few eBay monster truck toys I'm watching out for. There's one in particular that is very hard to find. The seller is out of town until mid-July, so you can't actually buy it right now. But yeah, I'm planning to treat myself to a few different things there. I also, you know, I'm leaving for Japan in what is it now, 10 weeks, something like that. So had a bunch of stuff to pick up for Japan to get ready. And you know, nothing to get me better psyched for Japan than playing you know, one of the kings of Japanese wrestling games here. So yeah, let's see, my inching my way out of screen here. There we go. The cats are here somewhere. They've been walking around. It's super hot and humid, so they're staying close to the floor. I don't blame them. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up a match here, and you'll notice right away. Oh, it even opened on Mike Awesome. I mean, he's going in the match for sure. All of a sudden, I have the ECW roster, which is so cool. Again, this is all from the community creations online. People put a lot of hard work into these, and I mean, they got everybody. You know, it's a wide array of people here. But that's ECW. That's not the only roster I downloaded. I also got Classic ROH. You know, this is old school Ring of Honor. You know, got Delirious. We got Mikey Whipwreck's time there. Early Kevin Steen. We got CM Punk still in the shorts with the blonde hair. You know, Generico. Yeah, some really good finds in that one. I also got old school NWA characters. You know, everyone from Luthez to, you know, we got some Lex Luger, some Lawler. I'm particularly excited because we got Dr. Death here, Terry Gordy. Somewhere down here too, I believe, is Bruiser Brody. So, you know, all kinds of great characters there. Super excited to play with a bunch of them. All right, and we got Classic WWF, a whole bunch of folks here that I'm super... Earthquake in particular was one of the ones that I was dead set on having in the game. Love Earthquake. Big Boss Man. Always, you know, basically all the big man characters are the ones that I'm real excited about. I do like Bob Backlund too. Bam Bam Bigelow, psyched to have him on the roster. Yeah, just all kinds of characters. And I mean, it's a deep roster. Look at it. That's all just the WWF guys. All right, scrolling back up here. Japanese Legends is a whole section that I got. And, you know, these are characters that almost all of them were in the original Fire Pro games that I was playing. And even as recently as Fire Pro Returns, that I was a huge proponent of right around like 06, 07 was when I was getting into that. But yeah, Great Muda, Kaiji Mudo, Tenru, Fujinami, Choshu, Hansen, Tiger Mask. I mean, Yeah, this is really fantastic. Yeah, very excited to have those. Let's see. These are the guys we start with. Oh, I got the AEW roster. And psyched about that because I just watched Forbidden Door. Went to a Cinemark theater on Saturday with Johnny Torres, and we watched the whole show there. If you've never been to see a pay-per-view in a movie theater, it's a wild experience. Everyone's cheering, booing like they were there in person. So cool. A lot of fun. Just had a really good time. It was nice to be a fan for an evening rather than someone who's part of the industry, taking part in things. It's just nice to to enjoy yourself a little bit. All right, I'm gonna readjust my screen here. All right, there we go. Let's see. I want to see a couple on Beware Junkyard Diecasts. Primeval. Oh yeah. Yeah, those are some hard to get diecast toys. Those are not easy to find. And yeah, my collection tends to skew a bit older. Mine are usually pre-2000s that I collect, but man, there's a few they've come out with since then that I just couldn't say no to. I got the Hot Wheels just released a Monster Vet I had to have. They've got their throwback Bigfoot, had to have that. The Greenlight series is amazing. I also I did treat myself to the Michigan Ice Monster, one of the Michigan Ice Monster toys that came out. Oh, 10 to 20, 10 to 20 for a collector's piece in that series is totally reasonable. Like really not bad at all. But yeah, this AEW roster is deep too, and that's something I realized watching the show. It was like every match that came on, I found myself thinking like, man, everyone here is a star. This is amazing. Shouldn't be a surprise because it's a major company, but I don't get to watch normal wrestling all the time. I watch indie shows. All right. Oh yeah, and then under free agents, I got Takayama. I had to go get the downloadable content for him. It's a charity thing. Takayama healing up in Japan. Getting better by the day, as I understand it. One of my all-time favorites. Oh, Dave the Monster Truck Nerd in the house. All right. Oh, and I did get the Stardom downloadables too, which, I mean, what a roster. All right, so I'm going to set up this first match. I'm thinking what I want to do is cat's getting up to trouble in the room here. They're slowing me down. All right, I'm going to see what I can do to get some get a cool kind of hard to imagine battle royal happening here. And I think for me that starts with, gosh, I want Mike Awesome in that ring. Oh, wait a minute. Did he have multiple costumes? Do these characters come with multiple costumes? You guys. Oh my god, they do come with multiple costumes. I was not prepared for this. This is fantastic. Yeah, let's what cat's meowing at me. They don't need anything. They're just you can hear the cats in the background. Yeah. They're they're characters. They don't actually need anything. One of them, of course, is camouflaging in. He's in that window looking outside, but you can't see him because he's dark gray and it's dark out. I'm gonna put the Blue Meanie in this match. The Blue Meanie, the first wrestling match I ever had in front of an audience, was not as a trained wrestler. It was as an 8th grader in my middle school talent show. My best friend at the time, Dave Kennedy, was Gangrel, and I was the Blue Meanie, and we had a wrestling match complete with chair shots and diving splashes and just a goofy great time. And we were dorky little nerd kids that I don't think anyone was all that interested in watching up there, but by the end of the match everyone was cheering and hooting and hollering, and it was a great time. And thankfully we weren't hurt because we weren't trained. We had no idea what we were doing. All right, let's get a couple people from old school ROH in here, and I'm gonna say gotta have Generico. And I would say Steen, but I think I want to... I think I kind of want maybe old school Punk. Maybe not. Who else do we have here? Let's see. If anyone in the chat sees a name on this list that they're dying to see in a Battle Royal match, or a team match, or whatever match I'm making, I don't even know what match it was. I just randomly started adding people to sim a match here. So you know what? I'm going to put Shima in here because anyone who watched back in those days knows the Dragon Gate crossover was a big deal. Oh, you know what? Nope. I'm going with classic Danielson. Yeah. Classic Bryan Danielson. All right. Gonna hop over to this side now. Let's see. Let's pull a couple of the boys from the old NWA here. You know who I want? I want that murder violence connection. So we're getting Dr. Death. And we're getting Terry Gordy. This match is already starting to mean business. I'm so psyched. I haven't simmed any matches since the best wrestler alive, Teddy Hart. Yeah. The reason you don't see him on a lot of shows anymore. I might go Google that if I were you. Let's see. Classic WWF. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's throw... I saw him listed here before. I'm going to throw Bam Bam Bigelow in. We have different... Oh, we do have different eras of Bam Bam. I love it. I'm going to go with classic. Classic Bam Bam. Yeah. No, I haven't seen the documentary. I bet that it's wild, though, because that story's crazy. All right. Let's see. Now Japanese legends. I gotta throw in the actual best wrestler alive. At least if you ask Rip Bison, he'll tell you. Oh, they got Goatee Kobashi. Oh man, downloading all these characters has ruled, and there's so many I haven't even gotten to yet. Because I haven't even bothered downloading current people really, other than the AEW roster. Let's see, what I know is he was randomly started doing moves on script. Yeah, that's part of it. The stuff that went wrong for him in terms of in the ring was wild, but his life outside of it much weirder. Again, I would say Google it. I'm not going to go into it here because that's none of my business. But all right, non-title. We were using the grind ring, but now I got all these other ones, and I kind of want to see you know what? I'm putting them in the Stardom ring. I like Stardom. Joshis are wild, man. They're the future of wrestling. Everything you see them do, 5-10 years later, you start seeing the guys do, and it's always crazy. Oh man, I'm excited for the luau too. I'm hoping, I would love to take those tag belts to Japan with us. For anyone tuned in who doesn't know, Blitzkrieg Pro, the luau in Enfield, Connecticut, is Friday, July 7th. Myself and Iron Rip Bison will be taking on the team of 35mm Magic. That is Jay George and Angelo Carter. It's going to be a hard fight, but we wrestled them once before and we did not win. So, I don't love that for me, but I'm very excited to get another shot at it. Let's see. Oh, outdoors. Oh, I haven't seen what the outdoor stuff looks like. Do I have other refs now? Oh, I do have other refs. Wow. Rick Knox, Earl Hebner, Bryce Remsburg, Paul Turner. This is crazy. I haven't looked at so much of this. This is going to be crazy. That's right, the Brattleboro show. I don't know if you saw they're going back to Brattleboro again. I don't have the date in front of me, but I believe it's mid-August, which is exciting because that means I get to do that show. I get to do that show before Japan, which will be great. All right, let's let's go ahead and let's have Bryce referee this match. Check our settings here. 3 counts good. No over the top. Criticals are good. Yeah, I think this all looks right. All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make this happen now. Are we gonna make this happen? Yeah, let's. There we go. Entry finished. I said entry finished. Why is it? Jeez. All right, there we go. Oh, that's right. You're going to the 4-wheel jamboree. Wow, this outdoor arena is cool. This has FMW exploding ring vibes. What is this music? Oh man, that's funny. You know, I realize I didn't put Rip in this match, but I also haven't totally finished Rip yet, and I still have to make myself. I actually found, digging through the created characters on the online community, that there are some grind roster members that have already been made. That's very cool. That's going to save me some work. I was excited to see a well-done Travis Huckabee, a very outdated Delmy Exo, 2 versions of me, which, you know, I'll be very particular about how I'm made in the game, because of course I will. It's me. Yeah, we'll see. I might have to just make my own. I might have to download one of those and like clone them and then start from where they started to kind of skip some of the process. This is not the first match I imagined I would sim here. This particular lineup of characters, Mike Awesome, Blue Meanie, Brian Danielson, and El Generico as one team. Or I'm not even sure if they're teams. I think it's every man for themselves. And then Kobashi. Who else did I end up putting on this other team? I've already forgotten, which shows you the careful thought I had in selecting these characters. But while they're making their entrances, Blitzkrieg Pro Luau Friday, July 7th. I know Dave the Monster Truck Nerd won't be there, but we'll catch him at Grind. Pro Wrestling Grind, Hallowed Be Thy Name. That is coming up July 28th. It's Friday in East Hampton. It's my last East Hampton Grind show before I leave for Japan. Very excited. I'm in the main event. 4-way to crown a new Grind Grand Champion between myself, Delmy Exo, Travis Huckabee, and Mike Skyros. Very cool. Yeah, Alan will be there. You'll let Dave know the results from the luau. Nice. That's the kind of teamwork I like to see. That's right. I got Terry Gordy and Dr. Death in this one. All right. That grind show is going to be outstanding. And then in between, I got a couple of shows that I can only sort of promote. One is a secret show in Brooklyn, New York on Saturday, July 15th. Can't say anything about that, but with the proper hunting around online, tickets can be obtained. I personally don't even actually know all that much about it. I just know I'll be there. Oh wow, we have tag rules in this match. All right. It shows you how close I paid attention. I didn't even watch what we were setting up here. Now there's a match I would watch all day. Mike Awesome versus Dr. Death. Man, talk about 2 people that have influenced what I do in the ring. And then the weekend of July 21st and 22nd, myself and Rip Bison will be tagging Mutually Assured Destruction. We will be tagging in Canada. So excited for that. That'll be my first time outside the country since before the world shut down. So I'm excited to go do that. That should be a good time. And the rest, July is going to be a busy month for me. I got a birthday mixed in there somewhere. Cats hopping around behind me. The Generico Dr. Death is not a pairing I ever pictured. Or with Bryce Remsburg refereeing. Now the interesting thing about this game is the way the logic is built. Is you know, toward the beginning, you won't see a lot of like signature moves. You might see double teams like this, but it's a lot of sort of wearing them down kind of stuff. And they really build as the match goes on, and eventually you'll start seeing, you know, people breaking out their signature holds. Which, I mean, this whole roster has incredible signature. I mean, really, uh, honestly, it's kind of wild to me how this game completely changed for me in an afternoon of downloading characters. I will say, Generico has not really been holding his own against the Hosses in this match. Danielson seems to be doing a bit better. Classic Terry Gordy, just coming whenever he feels like it. Very reminiscent of his tags in Japan, where he kind of just did whatever he wanted. Yeah, get in a chop war with Kobashi. Okay. There was a match I watched some time ago that was Bam Bam Bigelow and the British Bulldog against Dr. Death and Terry Gordy from All Japan. And man, one of my favorite match openings I've ever seen. Everyone just traded gorilla presses. It was wild, and the match just got crazier from there. A pop figure of him. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that they had just put out a pop of Bam Bam. He's on my list of Hasbro, the old Hasbros that I want to get. It's funny you say I love me some Bam Bam, because technically in this match, there's two different people that could mean. Because Terry Bam Bam Gordy is in the match as well. Not anything I planned out. So both teams are just ganging up on one person. Wow. Yeah, Blue Meanie in the ring with Kobashi is certainly not something I knew I wanted, but something I would definitely watch. Yeah, at some point I have to find a download for like the old Osaka Pro roster. I'd love to have Kikutaro and Kushimbo Kamen, Super Delphin. Have all of them in the game as well. And at some point I'll start trying to make some of the weird characters, or might even, who knows, they might already be online. But some of the strange characters, like characters you would see in Chikara, circa like 2006, 2005. Characters like CP Monk, the Straight Edge Chipmunk, Colt Cabunny. There were a few others that were, Mecha Mummy, Ken the Box. A lot of very strange characters, but they were all, those were some of the things that made me fall back in love with wrestling when I was in college, was realizing like, oh, there's a side to this that I didn't see on TV growing up. Oh yeah, the number of links I could send for great Japanese matches. I mean, anything Kobashi is going to be great, but Kenta Kobashi versus Kensuke Sasaki is a real top contender for one of the greatest matches. I love there's a match that's Kenta Kobashi and Minoru Suzuki. And, this was 15 years ago or so. So it's Suzuki kind of in his young, cocky prime. And man, those two, they put on a show. There's also a lot of great Dr. Death versus Kobashi matches. Oh, and there it was. The Dr. Bomb did it in. Oh, they're still throwing shots after the match ends. All right. Yeah, there's some changes that have happened in this game from its predecessors that I really dig. Yeah, that was fun. All right, I'm going to set us up with something a little wild here, because I'm going to sim a little bit more before I try to maybe hop into some creative modes. And specifically, I want to see Let's see. No, not Battle Royal. Not tournament, not league. What I want is Barbarian. I want a landmine death match. Because why not? I'm not in the match. They can do whatever they want. And let's see. I'm gonna start throwing people into this match here. Let's I'm gonna go with my like old school favorite big men for this match. So let's find NWA. Had Steve Williams and Terry Gordy in the last one, but I believe way down at the bottom here is going to be Big Bubba Rogers, better known as the Big Boss Man. Oh, that's Buddy Rogers. Big Bubba Rogers, I think, is at the very bottom. Yeah, I saw him. There he is. Big Bubba Rogers. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one. Give him the suspenders. Why not? If you have any favorite big men and you want to see if I have them in the game to throw into a barbed wire match, let me know. Now's the time. All right, there's a few in here for sure. Let's see. How's Bulldog looking? Oh, we can put the Bulldog in there, see what he does. Butcher Vachon. Let's see. I think I'm just going to have this be a 2-on-2. So we got Bubba Rogers. You know what? We're going to make it a 6-man. We're going to have Bubba Rogers and the Steiners. If there was a Slade model. I'm certain that they've made Slade. I just haven't... I haven't seen it yet. Oh, the mod was hiding your comment, Alan. I had to hop out and go moderate. That's funny. Let's see. What gets me is people in the IWC shooting on matches involving Yoshihiko, and the wild shit like that. Like everything has to be WWE type stuff. Other parts of the yeah, you know, honestly, like the Yoshihiko stuff is awesome. Like it's so funny and so creative, and to have a great match with someone like that, where it's not actually a person, is amazing. And I wish people could like recognize that a bit more. All right, let's see. Yeah, I want to do Bubba Rogers and the Steiners. So we're gonna. Now, did they end up in classic WWF? I bet they did. Let's see here, Steiners, yeah. Now they often didn't match. So I'm going to make sure that they don't match. Yeah, and they wore the gaudy outfits in WWF, WWE, however they want to say it. Yeah, the tribalism in the online community is a little weird, and it exists everywhere. I see it in the monster truck groups on Facebook, where there's people who only like the current modern stuff, and then there's people who will only watch old school, and you know, like I have my preferences, but you know, I think all of it's fun. All right, and on this other team, again, I'm going with big dudes, and I want. Let's see, who's a big guy that I want in this match? Could be Masawa. Let's see. You know what? I'm just going to make the second team just classic Japanese wrestlers, guys that are fantastic. So we're definitely going with Kaiji Muto. We're going to go with Kensuke. Oh, man, I do love Riki Choshu. But what I really want is I want Stan. And you know what? We're gonna make it 8-on-8 because I want Bruiser Brody, and I know I have him in one of these groups. I think it's this one. Drop the comment. I'm both a Gravedigger fan and a Max D fan. I watch myself. Yeah. And I mean, I even see people who, if you drop Maximum Destruction as a reference, they get annoyed because they're more into, you know, they would like me would say like, yeah, I preferred it when he feuded with Bigfoot. Well, I mean, if I really want to be honest, I preferred Bigfoot and Awesome Kong as a feud. But, like, you know, that's 1986. I was 2. So, you know, everything changes. Let's see. I know I can find Bruiser Brody. I wish these were all in alphabetical order, but that's just not how it works. Let's see. Brody must be under... Yeah, he's definitely in the NWA one. There he is. He's way at the top. Yeah, there's so many names. It's so easy to miss some. All right, and let's hop back over here. We got Bubba. So we sort of have a classic NWA fading into WCW era here. Fan of Pat Sumo's mustache. I like the look of a young Dennis Anderson. He had a crazy fashion sense. Some great early pictures of Dennis Anderson where he just looks unhinged. All right, so let's see. Oh, you know who we need? I know who we need. Where, oh where, is Uncle Sid? I know Sid's in here somewhere. Sumo's a New Englander and definitely understand. Modern Monster Jam, understand people's complaints, censorship, lack of cars. Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like, the longer you watch the current product of Monster Jam, the less any of that really bothers you. Because it's like, you know what? There was never any rule that said they had to run over cars. That was just an arbitrary choice they made because it looked kind of funny that the trucks were big, you know? Everything evolves over time, and I think, you know, the lack of cars is because of those BKT tires. They pop too easy. And, you know, having lighter, cheaper to manufacture tires that hold up under the pressure. Remember how often the tires popped, or in the early... I mean, you were just watching all the early World Finals. Everyone was popping tires, and now they make huge jumps like that. Tires are just fine. So, you know, there's give and take on all of it, and I think really people just find something to complain about if they want to, you know, whether there's actually a problem or not. All right, now I'm convinced that Sid is in here somewhere. If I don't find him soon, I'm going with my number 2 pick, which is Hillbilly Jim. Either of you guys Hillbilly Jim fans? All right, let's I'm doing it. It's going to be Hillbilly Jim, the legend himself. Yeah, this is a good crew. Okay, non-title match. No, this is definitely not in the grind ring. Let's put this in the Takayama ring. It looks like I only have the one choice because of the type of match it is. Although you would think that outdoor one that they just had me would be great for a landmine death match. Yeah, that's true. Getting the old cars is a lot harder now than it used to be. Isn't good Hall of Fame speech still going? I'm not sure I got what that question was. about the Hall of Fame speech? Oh, isn't his Hall of... Oh, Hillbilly Jim's? Probably. I could listen to that man talk forever. Look at him. He's got a great career in radio. All right. Here we go. We're doing it. We're doing it. Oh, wow. This is quite the look. That's a busy mat. It's hard to see all the weapons, but yeah, we got some 73 hours long. Hey, you know, the man deserves it. He, you know, don't go messing with a country boy. Muda's already bleeding. Of course, you know, they named the whole scale after him. It's the Muda scale. Kensuke's bleeding, which, yeah, if you ever saw some of Kensuke's Wrestle Kingdom matches, whew, yeah, the boy wasn't afraid to bleed. Ooh, big double team. You know, this is the problem with me going through picking all characters that I, you know, whose work I really enjoy. It's hard to have a favorite, right? Like, who do you pick as a favorite here? I also didn't pay enough attention to know what the finish is. Is it one fall to a finish? Is it, you know, are we looking at eliminations? Are there teams? Really, it's all a mystery. I clearly didn't think through this match either. I think the next one we sim, I have a plan. I have a plan to think through it a bit more. But I do want to see how this goes, because the idea of, oh, yeah, stealing that. The idea of Big Bubba Rogers swinging at people with a bat is really something else. Should have felled screwing over a lot of indie guys, unless maybe them. Yeah. Yeah, you know, basically when, man, judging. Yeah, when Monster Jam originally sold to Clear Channel, and then, you know, later on that sold to Feld, it became a very different beast. You know, it was the corporatization of the entire sport, which is bound to happen and isn't always a bad thing. But yeah, I think a lot of the business practices they've had have been kind of strange, questionable, but of course I'm not deep enough into, you know, how that world works to speak too much on it. But, you know, at the same time, you know, when Rip and I went to Monster Jam, we both kept joking that, you know, we didn't care if there were no cars. We didn't care which trucks were there. We were there to see the big truck eat the little truck. And that's really what it felt like to me. Is like, you know what? They're big. They're gonna fly around. They're gonna zip around fast. They're gonna be crazy looking. You know, fun is fun, right? You know, everything could be better, you know, one way or another. But that's one of the nice things about the indie monster truck companies now having so much more visibility on the internet, is that you have other options. You know, they might not come around as often, but they're there. You can find them. There have been a number of them that I could have had the opportunity to go to this summer, but unfortunately, I keep getting booked. Unfortunately, I just keep getting booked. It's not unfortunate. I'm happy. Oh, I didn't see what that alert was. But yeah, Monster Jam is the WWE of Monster Truck World. I can see that. I think, unfortunately, there's just not enough desire to have a competitor. You know, like there's not enough people looking for an alternative. That's one of the reasons AEW works so well, is lots of people were looking for an alternative to WWE. And so they got one. I don't think enough Monster Truck fans are actively searching for a different product from Monster Jam. And I could be wrong about that, but, you know, I see the number of people who turn out to a Monster Jam show, and I see the number of people that turn out to even the biggest of indie shows. And and I mean, even like looking online at like the follow counts, you know. And part of that is the fact that, you know, being a big corporatized entity, Monster Jam, of course, has a whole team running their socials. It's much easier to grow that way. But still, you know, it's if the demand's not there, we'll never see a great alternative. Family friendly stuff such as Disney on Ice and yeah, when you're a live entertainment group, the best thing you can do is have family friendly stuff because it's going to bring so many more people. Um, yeah, you know, honestly, I didn't mind Gunslinger becoming Slinger. Um, Statistically, the number of kids in that audience who had been subject to things that could trigger them at the first half of that word. I gotta watch what I say so YouTube doesn't demonetize me. But yeah, I think it's sort of like taking the shot in the air out of Jungle Cruise and Disney. I don't think it hurts anything, but if you can keep from making someone who's experienced something bad like that from, you know, having to relive it, more people, more smiles. I think that makes sense. Triple B Motorsports, yeah, yeah. If Triple B Motorsports bought a couple more trucks, they'd have more trucks than the World Finals. Those guys have a lot of trucks and a lot of rights to trucks that they don't even have active trucks for at the moment. You know, for this match to have gone this long and Bruiser Brody's not bleeding is kind of crazy because he bled a lot in his day. Yeah, I agree. Definitely a legendary truck, but I think, you know, uh, I think Scott probably wasn't too worried about the name change because if he had been, he'd have, you know, taken his ball and gone home, but he just kept working. You know, that's when you love a sport, you know, you're willing to be flexible with what you do in it and how you're represented. Take it from me. I wrestled as a villain last weekend, so yeah, we're all willing to make changes that we don't necessarily want to make. Triple B, Triple B is like WWE when they bought and stashed all the indie guys. I mean, we'll see if they take over and demolish Monster Jam. Then yeah, it happened. Out on the landmine barbed wire. This match is a mess. How many people are in the ring right now? Is it still all 8? Yeah. No one's out. I guess it must not be elimination or someone would be gone now. Yeah, I always remember Scott's performances, the Gunslinger Trucks performances at World Finals being really great. You know, getting crazy air, and he was always a contender in racing. Yeah, certainly a top performer in his field. You know, no debate there. Oh, there's that lariat. If no one breaks it up, that's it. Ah, 2.9 on a Stan Hansen lariat. This game might be broken. Let's see if anyone else breaks out any big finishers. I'd love to see a Steiner screwdriver happen. Oh man, yeah, I'm pretty jealous of some of the trucks you're gonna see at the Jamboree. Um, you know, I'm still looking for big submission. Kensuke tapped out Big Bubba Rogers. Yeah, I'm still looking for a way to find my way into the pit party the morning of the show in Greenfield because I'd really like to see that. Um, you know, really like to see the pit party there and see some indie trucks. Like I have a feeling Virginia Giant's probably going to be there because he's been a part of the other Overdrive shows. All right, returning to the menu, we're gonna do let's see here. Ooh, a cage match. All right. I haven't done a cage match on here yet. All right, let's go ahead and first things first. I want some tag teams, you know, and I think If it's a member of Mad putting tag teams into a game, gotta be Hawk and Animal. Wow, they picked his most atrocious attires. All right, there's Hawk. Did they make a match? They did. All right, good. There's Animal. Like if I wanted to know about indie monster truck shows, I need to be on Facebook, but I also want to be on Facebook, Twitter. Yeah, the monster truck community on yeah, I appreciate you looking, Dave, and asking around. I may end up just biting the bullet, buying a ticket and a pit party pass just to go to the pit party. You know, if nothing else, it'll be good for the vlog. Good content. Let's see. Oh yeah. So definitely the indie shows. 90% of the time, yeah, it's Facebook is where you find out about those for sure. But they have a pretty good Instagram. You know, a lot of those groups on Instagram keep things pretty updated. So, you know, that's something anyway. It's not perfect. All right. And let's go ahead. Let's find an AEW tag team to put against Hawk and Animal. Oh, you know who it's got to be? It's got to be the Bucks, right? Like, there's not really another. Oh, not on Instagram either. Yeah, you know, Instagram is a good one. There's a lot of great indie monster truck accounts there. I think the reason that you see so much more of it on Instagram and Facebook rather than Twitter is that Instagram and Facebook are sort of inherently like visual mediums. So pictures and videos are much more the norm there. And so that's just where they wound up. All right, Matt Jackson. Wow, he looks blurry. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, we're definitely doing the old school Bucks here. Yeah, that's the look. All right, now that's a match. In a cage, no less. Oh, and the win condition is escape. Oh. This is my kind of setup here. Crazy to think World Finals is on Saturday. Yeah, I'm looking forward to you know, I don't have any shows this weekend. This weekend's going to be doing a lot of work on the house. You know, I got a lot of things to take care of before I leave for Japan in a couple months. So I'm looking forward to kind of keeping an eye on Instagram and watching as the World Finals unfolds. And I know there's going to be folks more than likely on TikTok that are live streaming from their phone throughout the event. So I'm going to try to watch some of that. And, you know, Monster Jam does a good job of updating. So, yeah, man, Vegas really let Monster Jam kind of do whatever they wanted in Vegas, which was awesome. Now here's a match. You know, the Young Bucks aren't everyone's cup of tea, but I really like them. I think that they, you know, they do crazy stuff. They do cool stuff. They're fast. They're innovative. They're exciting. They can elicit an emotional response from a crowd. And I've seen their style change over the years. You know, as they've gotten older, you see a lot more ground-based stuff. A lot more focus on storytelling from them. And that's really cool because, you know, it's easy to do one or the other, but they do both. They do the big spots, the oh my god matches, and then they also will come in and tell a story about an injury. And of course, I don't need to say a whole lot about the Road Warriors here, Hawk and Animal. Anyone who's seen Mutually Assured Destruction live knows how I feel about Hawk and Animal. What happened? My shoe exploded. Yeah, that clip was fantastic. I can remember on the Indies when they had in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, they had a guerrilla warfare match against a wrestler that we don't talk about anymore, in Candice LeRae. And one of the big oh my god moments was when Matt had put on a sneaker that had thumbtacks all over the bottom, and he was planning to super kick the wrestler we no longer talk about, only for Candice LeRae to end up in the way and just super kicked her head off, and there was blood everywhere. It was a very a moment that people found very divisive because people are uncomfortable when a female wrestler bleeds. But a wrestler's a wrestler, man. You're getting in the ring. You're there to perform, and if you bleed, you bleed. If you get hurt, you get hurt. Everyone gets hit. That's how it works. Yeah, I'm interested to see who can take this match here. As I close in on 10 o'clock, where I'm going to call it. Oh, let's see. World Finals being in the summer now. If they announced tomorrow that they were going to do the World Finals in Foxborough, I'd be buying tickets for. Oh yeah. It wasn't. We don't talk about him either, but it wasn't him. It was a wrestler whose name rhymes with Joey Ryan. I'll just say it. Who cares? He does. He's not going to watch the stream. But yeah, we don't talk about him anymore. But yeah. Oh man, if they had the World Finals in Foxborough, I'd be there for sure. That would be the big gorilla press. There are some moves in pro wrestling that I think are fundamental to an understanding of what pro wrestling is. And to me, the gorilla press is the quintessential pro wrestling move. So whenever you see me break one out in a match, just know that that's me living out every bit of my childhood fantasy of being a wrestler. It's me saying this is it. This is the thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but I feel like if you Googled pro wrestling or you looked up pro wrestling in the dictionary, the picture would be someone doing a gorilla press. Double super kick. Yeah, I think we're getting to the part now where they're going to start breaking out some big signature moves. Oh, big combo from Matt Jackson. World Finals and SummerSlam at Gillette. That'd be a busy summer. I very nearly went to Gillette to stand out in the parking lot with everyone else singing along to Taylor Swift, because there's no way I was going to afford that show. And whenever I've seen clips of the thousands of fans that show up outside of those shows just to sing along, they look like they're having the best time. Trying to single out Animal here. He got overpowered. Hawk's making an escape. Now I wonder if you need both partners to get out, or if it's just one. Matt's going after him. It looks like you need both out of the ring. This is getting exciting as we get closer. Jet Dragster show at Epping Dragster. I'm gonna need more information about that, Dave. I'm gonna need to know about this. Yeah, the running gorilla press. Right before the world shut down, Boulder from Bear Country, or I forget what they're called now, but Boulder. It looks like the Bucks are gonna win. Unbelievable. Would not have been my pick. Their big flex at the end. Iron Savages, that's what they're called now. Two of my favorite guys, and love the way they work. They really embrace being big guys, and they're both fantastic. Match evaluation 89%. Yeah, I'd give that match about a B+. That felt like a B+ match. Be at Epping this Saturday for Street Outlaws. No Prep Kings, 6th season, 4th time. Wow. There is so much that I don't know that's going on because I'm booked all the time. All of this sounds like a blast. All right. I'm going to set up one more match to sim while we chat here before I call it a night. And I have a large 3D print order that I've been working on for an educational nonprofit that I am wrapping up in the next few days, and I'll say it here because not everyone will watch till the end of the stream when it goes up on YouTube, But you're here now and you'll hear it and you'll be excited. Later this week, when my resin printer frees up, I get to start printing the first. I'm going to lean in. I'm going to pick up the mic. I'm going to come in close. This is a secret now. I'll be printing the first mutually assured destruction action figures. Shh. Shh. Don't tell anyone. But yeah, pretty excited to have this big project with the 3D printers wrap up so I can start working on my projects again. Going to be really cool. All right, we got to have one more match. And you know what we haven't done? We haven't done a battle royal. I want this to be a normal battle royal. And I think we're going to do all women in this match. We're going to do all women. And there's some great performers to pick from here. I believe the first one that I want is going to be under WWF because it's old school. And somewhere in here should be not Fabulous Moolah. Moolah ain't going in the match. No, thank you. Where is she? Come on. Not Cyndi Lauper or Wendy Richter. Although those are great choices. Peggy Lee, wow. Yeah, I know. These cats, man, they got everything in the world they could possibly need in here. All right, we're cutting over to NWA. Maybe that's where she was. Are there any because it's all old school characters that I have for the most part, other than the Stardom roster. Any old school women's wrestlers you want to see in this battle royal? I mean, we definitely Luna's going in the match for sure. No question there. Gotta have the legend. And let's see here. I know I got her. It's all a matter of finding her. I know it's got to be so exciting to watch me just slowly scrolling through rosters. One day I'll reorder these so they're all alphabetical, but that's a lot of work. Okay, not an NWA. Probably not ROH. I don't think ECW. Oh, let's check Stardom. Oh, that's everybody. Okay. Well, let's check Stardom. Let's see, man, I wish I had something like this, and the ability to play it would be awesome. Elizabeth Sunny Sable. Elizabeth. The best television, the best ever marriage proposal on television. Elizabeth, will you marry me? Oh, yeah. Her response was just so... And the best part is, like, they'd been divorced for years at that point. I don't know if everyone really knows that. But, like, their marriage had ended long before they went to WWF. Alright, I know she's here somewhere. But somewhere... Maybe it's under Japanese Legends. Aha, here we go. Minami Toyota. Let's have her in the red. And then I believe somewhere in here I have Aja Kong. Appreciate it, Dave. Good looking out. I gotta see what that is. That sounds awesome. All right, let's see. Not SWA. Oh, maybe it is AEW because she's appeared there. Yeah, there's Aja Kong. I knew she was in here somewhere. Let's see who else is there. because they got some great. Thunder Rosa's an old friend from California, so she can be in the match. I was at, not many people would know this, I was at one of Thunder Rosa's very first matches. A little company called East Bay Pro. Emi Sakura, she's in the match. She had a great match with Delmy back at Restival. Let's see. Thought about putting Riho in, but I'm gonna maybe hop over to the Stardom roster, because there's some. If you haven't watched Stardom, you gotta check it out. I really can't emphasize enough how everyone there is just, they're doing what every other wrestler, Julia in particular, an incredible talent. Oh, I'm sure that Alley Catch has been made. I'd have to do a little digging around because I was just looking at sort of the larger old school rosters. But if I look at some more modern stuff, for sure I'll find Alley Catch. Alley, who is also just a frickin' hoot. What a good kid. Super friendly. Always nice to see her. Let's see. Let's go with we gotta put Mayu Iwatani in here, which I pronounced so many of these names just a little bit wrong. Yeah, Hana Kimura. And what a performer. I haven't seen her. That is a spot on Hana Kimura. I'd put her in the match, but on the off chance the game makes her lose, I can't handle that. That's a bummer. You know what? Starlight Kid. We'll put Starlight Kid in here. All right. Non-title. Oh, and we got to go with the Stardom ring. And let's see. Let's put it in the Takafumi City Gym, which I think is going to look a lot like some of the venues that I'll be at when I'm over in Japan. And for the ref, you know what? We got all women. Let's keep that rolling. Let's throw Aubrey Edwards in there. Why not? All right, we're doing it. It's happening. Battle Royal time. It is pinfall and submission eliminations. Considering getting an Effie tattoo. Oh, that's cool. Effie's such a good dude. What a friendly guy. Like, he and I had not met in person. And the first time we did, we'd known each other online a little bit. Just immediate friends. Like, he saw me and his eyes lit up because he was like, "Oh, we're finally meeting." And just we had some great chats. I know he's good buddies with my pal Levi Shapiro from out on the West Coast. They're buddies, and just super good guy. Like, the persona that that everyone likes, that's 100% who Effie is. None of that is manufactured. Wow, this is the arena the grind ring needs to be in. That hardwood floor and the fans at that guardrail, right? This looks like grind. Oh man, this is another arena I got today when I added all the downloadable content. So I'm psyched to see it because that means now we have the Pulaski. Very exciting. Losing an earbud because I'm looking at the cats. Hey, come here. You want to be on the stream? You want to be internet famous? Yeah. Me too, bud. Yeah. Sorry, I'm being the worst entertainer. I'm sitting here petting my own cat. You like the wrestling show, buddy? No? Okay. Why don't you go hop down? There you go. There, we got the cat on the stream. We had a big tag cage match with the Bucks versus the Road Warriors. There's cat hair flying everywhere. Oh, I didn't realize that this guy was back in the shot. Hey, bud. How's it going? Getting all the cats on the show. Everyone except Alley Catch. The only cat not on the show. But yeah, I can speak very highly about both of them. The details on these Joshis is incredible. Like the created ones, you know, Luna and Manami Toyota, and I guess all the rest are actually in the game. I don't know, maybe Emi Sakura might be a created wrestler. And, oh yeah, and Aja Kong too. They're all created, and they all read exactly like you look at it, you know exactly who it is immediately. And all the Stardom wrestlers look fantastic. Yeah, Thunder Rosa definitely looks exactly like herself. Like this game is so wild. The way that they went with this, you know, sort of 16-bit old school look for everything was so smart, because it means that all the customization is so much more vast. It takes a really long time to make or create a wrestler properly in this game. But I mean, you know, if you think back to like the late 90s, early 2000s, that's 90% of what you did with a wrestling game anyway. I can't speak beyond that because I haven't had a new wrestling game since then. However, I mean, this is a newer game, but it's based on the older games. That all changes this Thursday. I should have said this earlier. I'm going to be doing a surprise second stream this week. I'm going to be streaming on Thursday because I'm gonna, on Steam right here on my laptop, I'm going to be downloading AEW Fight Forever. I'm very excited. It's based off the old No Mercy games. It's got a bunch of modern wrestlers in it. Yeah, I can't wait. It'll be one of the first new video games I've ever had. Oh man, look, I can't speak as to whether to get any tattoo because I don't have any. Anyone who's seen me in a wrestling ring knows that, because my gear doesn't leave a lot to the imagination as far as skin art goes. But I'll say, if you have a good idea for one, that does sound pretty sick. And Effie's a great dude, so I would totally get that. Wow. Aja Kong really letting Julia think about that stalling brainbuster. Jeez. Ooh, big tiger driver from Emmy. 2.9. That was almost it for Thunder Rosa. Oh. Ooh, big bridging fisherman suplex. Oh, my phone buzzed. Oh, I think I was sent the idea for the tattoo as well. Oh, that's so cool. That's a great design. Oh, do I have a cat in the background? Hey, bud. Now you're on the stream on purpose. He heard me talking about Effie, and he had to come see. All right, no eliminations yet, but I can feel we're getting up on it here, which is perfect, because when this match concludes, we're going to call it a stream. But again, tune in on Thursday. Not even sure what time, so keep an eye on my Twitter, because I will tweet there. I'll probably post on Instagram too about when I'm doing it, but I will be having a surprise. Oh, critical. Ooh, Starlight Kid is out. But I will be having a surprise second stream on Thursday for the release of AEW Fight Forever. Game looks like so much fun. Really excited to explore it. I use this primarily for creating characters and simming matches. I don't actually get in and play the matches that often. It's a little more button mashy than I tend to like. But I have a feeling, because I know how much Kenny Omega wanted Fight Forever to feel like No Mercy, I have a feeling that that game's going to come pretty naturally to me, and I'm excited for that. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I like how the one elimination we've had is still laying in the ring. That's what happens when you get a critical in this. You're just out, and that's where you stay. I always thought that was cool. Oh, big elimination there. There goes Miyu Iwatani. Again, I mispronounce names all the time, especially if I'm thinking on the fly. But yeah, we're down to some serious competitors here. Emmy and Luna going toe to toe. I'd have watched that all day. Julia's a strong contender in this as well. I mean, we got Minami Toyota still in there. This is a who's who of women's wrestlers. And you know, I've always said that when you're a part of something, when you're a performer of a type, when you're taking part in a particular type of art, it's better to know everything than to focus on just the one thing. Like, I could easily just watch big heavyweights that throw people around. I could watch Sid, Vader, Earthquake, Mike Awesome. You know, I could watch all of them and just do what they do. But when you switch over from that and you watch the Joshis, or you watch High Flyers, you watch the Young Bucks, you watch all these other teams, you get other ideas, you expand your art. You know, it's similar to if you're a musician, you're in a punk band. I was in a pop punk band for years. You don't just listen to pop punk. You listen to ska, you listen to metal, you listen to folk music, you listen to everything that you can. And you see what comes out of that. Big leaping tombstone. Yeah, if so I know Dave was saying that he hadn't seen a lot of Japanese wrestling, didn't know too much. I'll tell you right now, a great place to start. There is a YouTube channel called Purowave, Purowave, that are just little short highlight reels set to like retro music, and they throw in a bunch of the old commercials from TV that would have been on, and it's all very stylized, and it's really like these videos that just give you a vibe, and each video focuses on a wrestler from that era. Some of them are gaijins, some of them are just Japanese wrestlers, and boy, that's a great place to start because it's a lot of fun to watch those. They're very digestible. They're between 2 and 5 minutes depending. I think the Liger Wave was just released, which is really fun to watch. I just watched it today. They also will sneak in other stuff that those wrestlers have done. Like, some of them had cartoons based off of them, like Tiger Mask. Some of them had roles in movies where they were themselves. So they'll sneak some of that stuff in, which is kind of cool to see mixed in with their actual wrestling clips. So we've only had 2 eliminations, both Stardom competitors, Miyu Iwatani and Starlight Kid, who is still laying lifeless in the ring. Oh, Aja Khan going for the cover. That's it. Luna is gone. And I mean, no better person to fall to than Aja Kong. I mean, that's no shame in that. We still got, for modern wrestlers, we still got Julia, Emmy, and Thunder Rosa in there. Emmy Sakura's career is so long. She was having great matches when I was just starting elementary school. Like, she was wrestling before Delmy was born. And then she comes in and had a killer match with Delmy at Restival. If you haven't seen it, check out the Grind show from back in December at the Restival. Delmy and Emmy Sakura, you can see me in the front row, just absolutely wrapped in what's going on. I've worked so much with Delmy on her in-ring work that I watch everything she does very closely. I can't wait for August Blitzkrieg Pro Brattleboro return. Beyond Wrestling American Rana, Fight Life. Wow, yeah. Blitzkrieg at the Retro World Con. Is Gangrel's there on the 26th? Did they just announce that? Did I miss that? That's very cool. August is going to be a big month for everything out here. And I'm on a bunch of those shows. I'm on both RetroCon shows for Blitzkrieg. I'm on the Blitzkrieg show in Brattleboro, and who knows where else I'll pop up. The RetroCon shows will be two of the last ones that I'm on before I leave for Japan. But the last show will be RPM Fest in Montague. All right, it comes down. Those eliminations came fast. Comes down to Emmy and Thunder Rosa, who have definitely wrestled in real life. I know the Retro World shows were announced a while ago. I didn't know about Gangrel being there. That's cool. Is he there with Blitzkrieg, or is he just there for the festival? Wow, Thunder Rosa, holding it down for us West Coast kids from a few years back. We did a bunch of shows together. Very cool. All right, let me bail out of this. The only announcing Blitzkrieg is done is announcing the dates, and the Gangrel will be there for Saturday. Oh, okay, cool. I somehow missed the Gangrel announcement. But that is awesome. You know, I like Gangrel. I met him when I was on the West Coast originally, because he was living out there at the time and was on kind of all the indies. But all right, well, that's it. That's going to be the stream for this week. I will once again quickly run down what I have coming up here. We have Blitzkrieg Pros Luau Friday, July 7th. That is in Enfield, Connecticut. I'm on a secret show in Brooklyn on Saturday, July 15th. 2 shows in Canada, July 21st and 22nd. I am then competing for the Grind Grand Championship. 2 championships in 1 month, going for the tag belts at Blitzkrieg, and then at Grind. Grind Hallowed Be Thy Name, Friday, July 28th. In East Hampton, Massachusetts. That's going to be a great show. I'm very excited. I've seen a lot of the lineup for what the show is shaping up to be, and I think it's fantastic. There's debuts on that show. It's the first time Dan Barry will be there. It's the first time Aaron Rourke will be there. I couldn't be any happier to see those 2 coming on board. Big things for Pro Wrestling Grind coming up. Big things at Blitzkrieg Pro with a return to Vermont, the Luau coming up, RetroCon. Everything's going to be great. All these shows are going to be fantastic. Be there for as many of them as you can. I know you will. I know Dave is going to be at the Jamboree. Looking forward to hearing how that was. I'll be watching your socials for posts, because I know you'll have stuff going up. Usually I'd say until next week, that's been the stream. But this week is special because AEW Fight Forever is coming out Thursday. So I will see you on Thursday for a second stream in 1 week. Until then, I got vlogs on the YouTube. I'm posting clips and silly stuff on Instagram all the time. I've started my Monster Truck History series going up on TikTok and a few other places. So stay tuned to all my channels everywhere you can find Perry Von Vicious. And I'll see you on Thursday. Thanks for tuning in.